Hello and welcome to the 2021 Commonwealth Lacrosse League State Championship game. I'm here with Dr. Jeff Selby from our elite sponsor, UK Orthopedic Surgery and Sports Medicine. Dr. Selby, tell us a little bit about the practice at UK.
Well, I'm the chairman of the department there, and we both include sports medicine as well as all orthopedic surgery. Um, that's one of the things that brings us out here is to watch this game. We're really excited to see these guys compete with each other, and we like to hope that they don't get hurt, but we're here in case they do.
Can you tell us a little bit about some of the cutting edge procedures that are being performed at UK?
Yeah, so aside from sports medicine, some of the procedures we're working on now are joint replacement. We're using robotic-assisted joint replacement, which is something new and people have heard of and don't understand too much about what it does. The joint replacements are essentially the same, but it allows us to put them in much more accurately and make it so that the success rate is higher.
How many doctors are in the practice?
We have about 35 faculty in our practice. Our crown jewel is our sports medicine department, where we have 8 sports medicine trained physicians, which is about 4 times that of any other practice. We cover a lot of the city and the state, both colleges and high schools around here.
So you said colleges and high schools. Would I be guessing correct to say that you treat our UK athletes?
That's correct. So we treat the UK athletes. We treat Moorhead, Georgetown, Kentucky State, to name a few. UK obviously is the one that keeps us the busiest, and we take care of all the city high school teams as well.
Now you're clearly here in Lexington because it's UK. Is the practice anywhere else in the state?
Really, right now we're centered here. As I mentioned, those other colleges are where our sports medicine reaches out to. Right now, we don't have any outreach clinics in other cities. They're pretty much coming into here, but we do have plans for that in the near future.
So anyone anywhere in the state of Kentucky can be treated by UK Orthopedic Surgery and Sports Medicine.
That is correct. I will say, sometimes forgotten, we do have a group in Bowling Green that works with us, and they're about 2 hours removed from us, but still part of us and do a lot of the cutting-edge technology as well.
Dr. Selby, thank you for being here. Thanks for your support of athletics. The game is off.
Thank you for having me.
Thank
you.
you.
Look forward to it.
The action is off and rolling here in the 2021 CLL State Championship game presented by UK Orthopedic Surgery and Sports Medicine. Colton Reynolds moving the ball. It's Jackson Henderson on the dodge. Lefty. Drops it to Jonah Brooking. Puts him back to Sims. Sims finds. Buddy Goodwin takes the shot. It's not backed up. Ball will go to Lexington Catholic. Goalie Braden Adams. What'd you see there, Coach?
That's a great backup there by Lance Wasick. He's a newer player that's getting some reps for this defense, and that's a big headsy play.
We've got a goalie over midfield again. That's
Braden Adams. This is something he's been doing a lot this year. He's not scared to clear the ball by himself. Westcat does a good job of staying on side.
what will they do while he's making his way back?
They're going to stall. They're going to sub here. They're going to get their offense in.
Paul Stanley, freshman, with the ball. Moves it out to Jack Clark. Back to Clark from Haynes.
Just a little bit of nerves there, you know, throwing the ball away, errant pass. We're going to get settled in here and see some good lacrosse tonight.
Coach, you know this roster pretty well. You were the coach at Lexington Catholic for how long?
For 8 years.
2 state championships in that time, correct?
Yes, correct.
Jacob Bell, 22 from Lexington or from Henry Clay. Can't hang on to it.
And a goal.
Jackson Henderson, unassisted. Beats Adams.
It's an unsettled situation, you know. Lex Cath, the last couple games against some inferior competition has kind of started slow. It takes them a second to get warm. So I'm not surprised to see a quick one there, but that's a great opportunistic play there by Jackson Henderson. Taking his left hand down the alley in transition and putting it home on Braden Adams.
Clay had a little bit tougher time getting here than Catholic. Catholic's been blowing out the competition. Clay beat Frederick Douglass on Tuesday by just 2 goals, and then the Bluegrass Bulldogs by just 1 goal. Significantly, that's Parker Rowland taking face-offs for Henry Clay. He's been hurt, has missed the last few games. You can see he has some sort of medical sports medicine device on that ankle. Wasn't clear if he was going to play today, but he's in the lineup, and injuries have been a key topic for Clay all year long. Buddy Goodwin on the dodge. Finds Reynolds. Reynolds into traffic, takes it, and beats Adams from 10 yards.
2 seniors on this Henry Clay team. You know, they've been here before. They've done this. They've got their team here for, what is it, the 8th straight year. This is old news for these guys, and they came to play. That's Colton Reynolds doing it by himself there. Nice little dump. I'm actually surprised they're going to the net so early. I thought they'd want a little more possession, but when you're hot, you're hot.
So it's 2-0 Clay here. Parker Rowling taking the face.
Teague Roth for Lex Cath.
Teague Roth, a sophomore from Lexington Catholic, wins the draw. And Rowland does not quit on the play, takes him out. Quick restart.
Headsy play there. Another upperclassman.
Rolls it to Trammell. Trammell into the box. So Jonah Brooking is a freshman. He has the ball. Interesting note is Jonah Brooking's older brother, Jackson Brooking, normally plays that X spot. He's out with the groin. So his little brother is in the starting lineup for him in the championship game.
What a huge loss for this Henry Clay team. That kid's just so talented, such a dynamic player. But we'll see if little brother can fill the shoes.
Henderson looking for another dodge. Moves it to Buddy Goodwin.
In my opinion here, Lex Cath has to press this. They know as well as we do that Henry Clay is thin, to put it lightly. They need to press out and make this into a track meet.
Sims, wearing 10, is the junior who's now at X. Colton Reynolds, he's had ankle trouble himself. Looks healthy today so far. Cuts in. Another goal.
Wow.
Tight one, but he squeezed it by Adams.
Wow, this is slower than they've started in the last couple games. I mean, they're playing against some solid players here. This is pretty amazing for Henry Clay's momentum here. Dominating the face offense.
It's no secret to anyone, and I think the Lexington Catholic fellas knew that Clay was dinged up. You think that could have a factor in their mindset coming in here, that they thought they might be playing a short side?
Yeah, that doesn't help, you know, if you let your guard down mentally. But additionally, they just haven't been tested, so they've got plenty of depth there. We're going to see who can step up. Parker Allen again, doing what he does.
Yeah, winning face-offs. Like it's his job, and it is.
This is where I really expect Clay to take a couple minutes off the clock. I mean, if Lexington is not going to press out, just absorb time.
Reynolds behind. They seem to have slowed down just a bit. Out to Brooking. Up top to Henderson. We're seeing a lot of the same middies. The offensive middies are working hard for Clay. May not be a lot of depth behind that.
There's a little pressure. Oh, finally. Big
Adams makes a big save. They needed that. Reynolds missed. But Reynolds grabs the rebound.
You know, Benton Ballinger finished that hit there on Colton Reynolds, too. That's the kind of stuff that adds up.
Goodwin shoots. Adams with another save.
They're going to bring that physicality.
Alex Castle on the clear, loses the ball.
This is one that Killian McCarthy usually comes out with.
It's Castle, just a freshman.
Timeout. Not a bad call by Coach Mayer there, you know, settle the boys, get possession. Castle, maybe he's sending Tinker on a breakaway there. Maybe it's another turnover. So settle down and calm the nerves.
It's impressive by Castle, a young freshman. Lost the ball, didn't give up on it, got it back.
You know, he's had a great season all year. He's been scooping those GBs, and again, that's not surprising. My expectation here is that we see Lexington's first line midfielders, first line attack, and they get to work. Maybe we'll see Presley Richmond for the first time today.
Yep. Presley Richmond is a longtime goalie at Henry Clay, and before that at Hayes Middle School here in Lexington. Was playing attack this year, had an ankle injury, and they were having some issues in goal. So he went in goal because he could better play goal. And his father, the coach of the team, Sport Richmond, flat out says it turned their season around. He has been lights out in goal all season, has saved them this week several times. Playing out of position, he has the rare distinction of being a player who has over 100 points in his career as well as 100 saves. You almost never see that, do you, Coach?
It's pretty amazing. You know, when you're a dynamic athlete and you're an alpha male, I mean, you can fill some different jobs on the field, and he's found himself a job, and he's been the key to their success this far in the playoffs.
Might be a Blaze Reardon. He plays some attack too, right?
He plays offense in box lacrosse, yeah.
Yeah. And he's famously an excellent goalie. Played at Albany, and now does he play for the Chaos in the Premier League, or
I think so.
Yeah, I believe he plays for the Chaos.
Oof. That's Killian McCarthy getting stripped there, just trying to dodge too. You know,
it's 26 Clark on the clear.
And another possession for Henry Clay.
Wow. Still no shots for Lexington Catholic, is that right?
I don't think so.
Not the start I think anyone expected. Trammell up top, moves it to Henderson, to Reynolds, back to Henderson, back to Trammell, out to the younger Brooking, back to Henderson. So are they using that time you thought they might use? We're seeing Grady Coates on the field for the first time. He's a junior. Dodged by Griffin Sins. Shot by Jonah Brooking, and the save by Adams.
They needed that one. That's a huge save by Braden Adams.
Does it look like he's getting on track?
Yeah, he'll settle in. I mean, again, like we said, they just haven't seen these kind of shooters in the last week or two. So it's going to take a second to track those shots.
Got Killian McCarthy, had the ball. It's turned over.
That's Noah Whaley. Number 9, Noah Whaley, playing for the first time in a month.
I think so. Noah Whaley had I believe it was a shoulder injury. He's one of those young men that could use the help of our sponsor, UK Orthopedic Surgery and Sports Medicine. The whole Henry Clay team is living with orthopedists, but he's sucking it up. Jonah Brooking, who's not playing today, in the semifinal was taken out of the game in the first quarter. Jackson Brooking, the older brother, and inserted himself back in the tie game with short time and scored the go-ahead goal that took them to victory. And they took his helmet away from him so he couldn't go back in the game one more time. They didn't want him playing. But he made a big play for him. Reynolds behind the goal.
Lexington Catholic has to pressure the ball here. I mean, just looking at their benches, they've got an extra 15 guys over there. They cannot let Henry Clay dictate the pace, which has obviously gone well for them so far.
If we get a wide shot, our viewers will see there's probably double the kids on the Lexington Catholic sideline. Brooking, moving it to Henderson.
It's a strong lefty. Aaron Ethington here has to try to send him down the alley.
He's got that shorty matchup. Is it Ethington you said, Coach?
I believe so.
Shot, save Adams.
Great save.
Clear pass to Smith. Loses it, gets it back.
Kyle Smith gets the touch.
Coach has all the first names on Lexington Catholic for me. He knows a lot of these guys. All of them, really.
Yeah.
So, Brennan up top to Stewart. Is that Quinn Stewart?
Yeah.
Quinn takes the shot, save. Presley Richmond. I believe that's the first shot he's faced.
Big save.
Tate Tinker attempts the crease feed. Doesn't find a home. Jacob L., wearing number 22. The long pole, bright yellow. Moved it across but couldn't hang on. Ball's loose. L has it again, pushed in the back. No call. There's the call. No, it's timeout call. Henry Clay got away with one there, didn't they?
That's a big call by Coach Richmond. Yeah, that could have been a push with possession, 32nd. The refs didn't call it, but Coach Richmond got the timeout in.
Looking at the replay of a beautiful Braden Adams save. Clear pass.
So the first step here on this restart is getting the clear. If you're the coach here, Coach Richmond, you know you're not in the clear. You're not on the other side of the 50. So you've got to be concerned with that ride for those 10, 15 yards that they got to cover. Cath, I'm assuming we'll do kind of a drop back scenario where they're really defending that 50-yard line.
Will he insert particular personnel just to get that clear, Coach?
I would think so. You'd want your best ball carrier, a guy that carries with his head up to potentially find some open guys. But I would not be surprised to see a bit of a double or something here with Catholic trying to get this ball back with 1.5 minutes left in this first quarter. This Lexington Catholic attack has ridden hard all year.
Henderson's got
Jackson Henderson is a beast.
The ball and very little resistance, or at least he made it look like little resistance. They move it back to Jonah Brooking at X. Moves it to Reynolds. Up to Coates. Back to Reynolds. Being defended by Jack Pund, I believe, number 4.
Yeah, Jack's definitely got the memo here about pressing out. He's been the most aggressive Lexington defenseman thus far.
And he's just a freshman.
Correct.
He is all ferocity.
Henry Clay's game plan here is to not give Lexington the ball back in this 30 seconds. Kill the clock, get a good look or two. Nothing down
78 Patton, Is that Thomas Patton?
Yep.
He's getting a little aggressive as he comes in, but he gets run by. Crease feed attempted by, is that Coates?
That was Griffin Sims.
I'm sorry, Sims. And I may have, Coates I believe is 4. That's my mistake. Reynolds sweeps over the top. Wants it, takes it.
Whew.
High.
That's scary. Let's see if they have an end line play here with 3 seconds left. There it is. Oh.
Save at the buzzer.
Another save for Braden Adams.
So we are 3-0 Henry Clay. Something of a surprise how fast they started at the end of 1. Looking fired up. We want to thank our sponsors of this live stream, the first ever state championship live stream in Kentucky. UK Orthopedic Surgery and Sports Medicine is our elite sponsor. It's Kentucky's leading edge provider of orthopedic and sports medicine. We'd also like to thank Smith Nephew, Apollo Pizza, Landerman Schaus, the law firm, High Tech Artificial Limbs, and CLL Lacrosse. I'm sorry, it's Smith and Nephew. Smith and Nephew are a leading portfolio and medical technology company making surgical devices and wound care products. Smith and Nephew. Our officials for today's game, by the way, you can see them. They've taken the midfield area. We have Robbie Howard, Will Somerset, and John Gassett. Our fourth official, the chief bench official, is Ed Craver. You can see him. He's standing under the tent at the table. This is an experienced crew. They're chosen for this game because of quality work throughout the season. So who are our scorers to this point, Coach?
I've got Jackson Henderson starting it off pretty much right away. And then Colton Reynolds took over there for a couple minutes and potted 2.
Wow. So we're looking at Parker Rowland, not slowed down so far by that ankle. And he is facing against number 42.
It's T. Groff.
T. Groff from Lexington Catholic. It's a junior versus a sophomore. We're almost underway in the second. Teague's got it. He wins the draw. Now can he hang onto it? He does. Moves it ahead to Alex Castle. Haynes gets the touch. Shoots. We have a save, or is that off pipe there?
I think he might have got a piece.
Tate Tinker, outstanding sophomore attackman, plays X. Moves the ball up to Paul Stanley, also a freshman. Back to Tinker behind the goal. Jacob Bell's on him.
Lex Cass has been playing this 2-2-2 offense all year. And when the ball gets back to Tate Tinker, it's danger time. He can find anybody in the slightest space. Oh, no, he didn't.
It looked like he put his hand down.
Yeah, I don't know that it was in the crease from my angle, but we'll let the official call that one.
They certainly thought it was anyway. Richmond moves it to Noah Whaley. Errant pass gets away. Lexington Catholic's going to get another crack at this one. So if that was an unjust call, it's been put right.
Yeah. You know, in this kind of situation, they're both on a foreign field, and slips and falls like that, you pretty standard. We'll see a couple of those early in games.
Stanley gets it to Tinker, drops it to Haynes, back to Tinker, back to Stanley. Stanley likes it, takes it. Richmond denies it.
Yeah. Paul's a good shooter, but I mean, this goalie, this is a senior goalie that can catch and pass. You gotta get a little tighter. Gotta be a little more dynamic than that.
Henderson on another one-man clear. That's been very valuable to the Blue Devils thus far. Looks like Griffin Sims has it. Drops it to Colton Reynolds. We're back in the other end.
Here's some of that time absorption they're looking for. Jackson Henderson's looking healthy, though. He's a little gas going off right now, but he's the key to their success today. Definitely, if he's healthy for them, he can be a big deal.
Grady Coates comes on the field to replace him. Griffin Sims. Jonah Brooking. Buddy Goodwin. Grady Coates. What are we seeing here? The ball's moving in a circle.
Lex Cath is just letting them dictate the pace. And then they're dodging the guy they feel they have a good matchup against. So this is Henry Clay implementing a game plan.
So it's Sims with the take, and Reynolds was judged to have the backup on that.
Some nice picks and cuts on the crease there. Ooh, that's probably goalie ball. Oh, it's a tough one.
The Lexington Catholic fans are letting the officials know they do not like that call.
It was close.
That's one of the more controversial calls in this game, isn't it?
Yeah, it's difficult for officials, so you just got to shrug that one off and keep playing.
Griffin Sims on the dodge, goes left-handed. Meets two defenders and changes his mind. That's Trammell.
Ooh.
Trammell on the shot.
That's the makeup call.
It's Aaron Trammell or Joshua.
Off the bench is wide open there for Braden. He can make that. Offside. Wow. That's terrible.
No one stayed back.
They've been doing that all year. That's just championship jitters, I think. It's crazy to have that happening with 8 minutes left in the second.
Gives it back. What does it do to a defense when the ball's in their defensive end like this?
I mean, these are all great athletes, and like we said, this LexCath team's had plenty of rest, so I don't think they're tired at this point. It's more just a positive for Henry Clay with their injuries and whatnot to be able to just pass it around and conserve their legs. It's not as exciting as the college game with the shot clock, but it's certainly a game plan. And then when you fall asleep, that happens.
Colton Reynolds tucks another in. That's his third of the game. That's the hat trick. All in the first half. He's without some of his regular running buddies, and he's doing the work for him. Parker Rowland taking the face. We have
Ryan Station getting a run here.
Ryan Station. There's two Station brothers on the Lexington Catholic roster, aren't there?
Yes.
Who's the other?
His older brother.
Matthew. Goal! Tate Tinker puts one in, gets Lexington Catholic on the board.
Yeah, that's a time where you see Parker roll and not really ride that like he probably would have wanted to. He's conserving himself. He's trying to get off the field there, hoping they get a stop. That's a nice fast break. And they're going to put T. Groth back in for the next faceoff. LexCath has been doing this all year, the sophomore tandem faceoff team. And they're going to stick with it despite Ryan making a huge play for them there.
Tegan Roth Sounds like a law firm. They needed that badly.
Absolutely. Tate comes through.
T gets another one.
Find that.
That's good.
Blow it in.
Valiant effort to save that one. It was Thomas Patton. Chased the errant pass. Could not quite save it.
That's probably not the matchup they want to attack. Alex Castle's had a great year. He's not getting run by very often.
Grady Coates on the dodge. He's got a short stick matchup. Thinks better of it. Jackson Henderson.
Will Martin laying the lumber there on that ground ball.
Henderson's been making that sweep all game. Lexington Catholic had finally had enough and stopped it.
Thomas Patton pops it out of bounds. Henry Clay ball. Interesting that Jack Punn's on the bench right now. I didn't see anything, but he might be dealing with something. He's been the #1 D guy all year. For him to not be on the field in this scenario is kind of questionable.
It was Wassett given the business, nearly causing the turnover. Didn't quite pull it off. Griffin Sims gets in deep and beats Adams.
You know, I'm starting to realize that Henry Clay is really implementing a game plan. They are just tormented Thomas Patton right now. Poor guy. He's got to get some stops and get his confidence back up.
They're picking on him.
Yeah, they are. That's what I mean with Jack Punn on the bench, and they've put Will Martin in there. There's something going on with Jack Punn, I think.
So Clay finally gives one up, and then they take it right back. It's 5-1 with 4:55 to go here in the second.
Lex Cath chooses the double pull on the wings here.
Battling. Parker Rowland works his magic.
Right here, Thomas Patton cannot give up an easy pass to his attackman.
Brings it out. He's got 10 seconds to get it in. He did get it in. We saw our official Will Somerset raise his arm, signifying that he had his touch. Now they're going to work the ball.
Station offs the sub with him.
They're matching feet off, as they say, and matching feet on.
Here's some of that stall ball. I mean, just makes sense for their situation right now. Lex Cath has to force it.
Goodwin. Much sound and fury, but not much there. Henderson had it.
Here's that
Moves
matchup.
it to Sims. There's a speed imbalance that they found. And again, Griffin Sims back to back. His quickness, just a little bit too much. When you see a defender, he's being replaced. We've got a new defenseman coming in. Number 26 for Lexington Catholic. Who's that, Coach?
This young man is named Brody Egbert. I've been hearing great things. Him and Lance Wasick are both kind of newer to the game, but just great athletes, and they've picked it up quickly under Coach Meyer's coaching.
You saw Thomas sticking his stick out there. Usually a sign. As a defenseman, you want to keep your feet in front, and the stick is the last resort, and that was his last resort. Got a pull, picking it up. Noah Whaley, who, as was mentioned, had been out. He's moving it up. He does not have the touch yet. He does now.
You can't. Oh. Lexington is just letting these guys off the hook. When there's players on Henry Clay coming down the field that don't want the ball on their stick, you just can't let them get the ball to the best players in their team. So that's something right there where Lexington is not implementing that game plan. They'd be totally happy here to kill all 3 minutes and get one shot.
Clay taking their time and Lexington letting them.
Yeah, I mean, I do not understand this.
There's no shot clock in the high school game. Here's some boos going out, but if they want close defense, they can play it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Wow. Precious minutes popping away here for Lexington. I mean, it's gonna if it's a 1-goal game at the end of the fourth quarter, they're gonna regret not pushing this.
Ballinger finally steps out. Reynolds.
Nice check.
Nice check. Looks like it was a trail check maybe by Ballinger that got him.
Yep, absolutely.
Ball's loose. There's Jack Pun. Is that Pun back in the game?
That's Alex Castle.
Alex Castle. Sorry about that, folks.
Oh.
But the clear fails. And there's Jonah Brooking taken down with a good check. Steps over the player.
No flag. Wow.
Number 11 steps over the down player. That's usually a flag in and of itself. No flag. Maybe we have one on the sideline. What do you see, Coach?
I mean, I think that's a cross check in the back. I mean, it's a lacrosse play, but it's a penalty.
And it's followed by a taunt, which is odd that didn't also draw a flag.
Letting them play.
They sure are. Watch to see what's called here. Given the explanation to the coaching staff.
They're going to let Braden Adams make them play. And Lexington
There's no call. There is no call.
Currently offside.
They are offside.
Oh
That's correct.
How is that possible? Oh my gosh. Henry Clay should fight for the ball at midline here with that offside. But Jackson Henderson instead.
And I was mistaken in my belief that there was some penalty called earlier. It's the low cones on the sideline look like yellow flags. No flag down.
That Lexington pride has been causing turnovers all year. You know, they're just something about Henderson's size. They can't get a piece. And a timeout for Henry Clay. Wes, this is crazy. This is why you play the game.
It's a wild game. It's a wild game, Coach. I don't think anyone who follows lacrosse in Lexington expected what we're seeing. They really have let them play. We've seen, what, only two-man-up situations the whole game. Is that right?
I don't even know if it's
no,
been that.
I may be flashing back to the All-Star game.
Just
I'm not sure. Just one, and it was an offside, or it was an offside, and they just missed one. So there you go. We're letting them play.
It's been a clean game. These boys are competing, and I appreciate the fact that they're letting them play.
Coach likes players mixing it up.
You got to let them decide.
Does not want that flow slowed down. Likes the physical game. There's a replay of the last goal. And a replay of a nice save by Adams. Another save by Adams on the replay. We're ready to restart play.
My expectation here is that they kill the first minute and a half. Kill the whole clock, go to the net once. We'll see if Lexington can kind of implement something here where they try to force the tempo and see if they can't get another fast break.
Got the ball on the outside. Sims to Jonah Brooking. Left-handed to Grady Coates. They're not going anywhere, are they? They're just feigning interest at this point.
Yep, got their touch. Coach Richmond has these boys playing a smart game.
Some aggressive, somewhat aggressive, at least closer defense by 36 being played. Back to Sims. We're under 30 in the half. A 5-point game. And Sims puts another one in. Beats Alex Castle from X.
Wow.
So with 19.2 on the clock, 6 points. Griffin Sims, 3 straight. He's also got a hat trick. We started the game with one by Jackson Henderson. We've got back-to-back hat tricks by Colton Reynolds and Griffin Sims with a single goal by Tate Tinker from Lexington Catholic sandwiched in the middle of all that scoring.
And they're going to let Teague take the face-off again. I mean, that one goal, and with 19 seconds left, Station went down and scored. I don't know why you wouldn't put that guy in there to take this face-off.
The personnel decisions are crucial here. We'll see how it works out. Teague gets it.
Yep.
Sims has it. He's retreating, looking for help. That's not the help he was looking for. Jonah Brooking steals the ball. 6 to go.
Oh.
Doesn't seem aware of the time on the clock. Takes a shot. Saved by Adams. That's the half, Coach.
Whew. That is crazy.
That is not the half that we thought we would see. What happened there?
I just think there might be something in the water at Henry Clay. These boys show up for the big days, and they are not scared. They come and play. And it's just grit, heart, determination, beat up. I mean, that first half couldn't have gone any better.
What does Coach Meyer tell his troops from Lexington Catholic at halftime? How does he dig them out of this?
If they don't already have a pressure defense in place, it's probably indicative of the strength of schedule they played this year, where it just wasn't necessary. But they better put one in real quick, because Henry Clay is going to kill 3-4 minutes on every possession, and you got to go. You got to go get the ball like right away. There's no free minutes here.
So Catholic is looking for a fast pace in the second half, and Clay's looking for a slower pace. Is that your assessment?
Yeah, I think that face-offs are more important than ever. If you can get that possession and retain possession, if you're a Blue Devil, you're well on your way. Goals do not come easy in these games, and Lex Cath is more than equipped to pop off here if they have opportunities. But it's a championship game. Presley Richmond's dialed in. They need to go.
Our halftime is brought to you by UK Orthopedic Surgery and Sports Medicine. Whether you're a competitive athlete or simply enjoy an evening stroll after dinner, orthopedic health is critical to your quality of life. Orthopedic and sports medicine surgeons and specialists with UK Orthopedic Surgery and Sports Medicine treat disorders of the bones, joints, ligaments, tendons, and muscles so you can move with greater comfort and ease. Their team, located in Lexington and Bowling Green, offers adults and children the full spectrum of orthopedic services. Treatment options address orthopedic conditions such as arthritis, broken bones, ruptured discs, and, of course, athletic injuries. Also supporting this broadcast, Smith & Nephew, leading portfolio and medical technology company, manufacturers of surgical devices and wound care products. Apollo Pizza is Central Kentucky's home for handmade local pizza since 1981, with locations in Richmond, Lexington, and Berea, and another location in northern Madison County. Landerman Schaus, the law firm. Landerman Schaus is recognized as the most prolific law firm in 2020 by Kentucky Trial Verdict Reporter. It has received a Tier 1 ranking for the state of Kentucky by Best Lawyer, U.S. News. Also named it one of the best law firms of 2020 and 2021. The firm dates back to before World War II and is supported by an office right here in Lexington. High Tech Artificial Limbs, also located in Lexington. High Tech Artificial Limbs is a family-owned prosthetics clinic which has been serving Kentucky and surrounding states for over 30 years, combining cutting-edge technology with personal care and integrity. High Tech has been proud to restore mobility and create friendships with thousands of amputee patients, including service to all military personnel and veterans. Lastly, but not leastly, CLL Lacrosse. CLL Lacrosse offers lacrosse camps and training in Central Kentucky for kids between the ages of kindergarten through the end of high school. It's led by Division I lacrosse athlete and two-time state champion coach Matt Campbell, who is sitting beside me as I speak. So again, this is the UK Orthopedic Surgery and Sports Medicine halftime show. We've got about 6 minutes until play resumes. Coach, how many times have these programs met in the final? You coached at Lexington Catholic, you said, for 8 years.
Correct.
How many years did you play Henry Clay in the final out of those 8 years?
I actually joined late that first year, and then for the following 7 years, we played them 6 times. But this Henry Clay program has had such an amazing run. By my count, they've gone to 8 straight state championships. 8
straight. So you managed to knock them off a couple times in there, snag a couple of state championships. You know, one of the things that's been cropping up in Kentucky lacrosse circles, especially Central Kentucky, is Frederick Douglass High School came on board, and a lot of the players who used to go to Henry Clay are now going to Douglass. And there's been a feeling over the course of a few years that maybe Henry Clay was going to come down a little bit. Their numbers are a little bit down. Douglass played them very close in the playoffs, but Henry Clay's still hanging on, aren't they, Coach?
It's amazing. I mean, I think that their numbers are way down, and I think we're attributing some of that to COVID, but Frederick Douglass coming in the scene has been a huge part of that. And honestly, if Frederick Douglass and Henry Clay was one team right now, they'd be an absolute juggernaut. So it's so super impressive, losing that number of great kids to another school, which previously would have been directed right to them.
And on the flip side of that, COVID may have actually increased the roster at Lexington Catholic. Can you tell us about what happened there?
I don't know if there's any more, but I'm aware of 3 of the boys on this team that would be at other schools had there not been the COVID pandemic and the school remote learning situation.
So they were at schools that had remote learning, and Lexington Catholic was in person, so they switched to Lexington Catholic, is that right?
Their parents chose to have them be in person, absolutely. And I believe the Pun brothers were supposed to be at Henry Clay.
Really?
So that's a complete change of roster for this game.
Now, were there also, I think there were some goalies, which, you know, the thing about goalies is if your goalie stays healthy, goalie depth really isn't a big issue. So those players aren't necessarily on the field, the additional goalies they got.
Yep. Ben Pun, who is the sophomore backup to Braden Adams, was supposed to be at Henry Clay, absolutely. They would have Presley Richmond out in the field, and it would be a different look for sure. And then Jack Pun is the great defenseman we've been talking about. And then as far as depth is concerned, Lex Cath also has another player named Bennett Williams, who I believe was supposed to go here to Lafayette and made the switch to Lex Cath due to the pandemic.
Well, they're not doing too poorly in goal at Henry Clay. Presley Richmond, 1 goal against in the first half. Tate Tinker solved them, but no one else has been able to this point.
And that's Tate on doorstep, right? I mean, They've had a couple, 3, 4 shots maybe from distance that you're just not going to beat Prez if he sees that.
We want to thank WBON TV for providing the live stream of this game. WBON TV, Channel 9, will be going live on the air here in the not-too-distant future. They'll be the next Central Kentucky television station. But we want to thank WBON TV, WBON TV Sports. I don't know where you're watching the game, but you can watch this game on 4 different platforms. You can watch it on their website. You can watch it on their Facebook page. You can watch it on their YouTube channel. And you also can watch it on their Roku app. So we want to thank WBON TV for being here to provide the great coverage of this game. This was initiated by KY Lax News, which is essentially a crowdsourced Twitter feed that gets out the lacrosse results and news for high school boys lacrosse all over the state of Kentucky, and in partnership with the Commonwealth Lacrosse League for the first time ever. We have a live stream of the state championship game, and the other partner on that is Clout Lacrosse, as we mentioned earlier. They're working in tandem with Kentucky Lacrosse News. And if you, the folks who are looking for scores on Kentucky Lacrosse News Twitter feed tonight are going to be very disappointed because there aren't any, because we're working on this live stream. But I'm going to take a minute, and we're going to make sure Kentucky Lacrosse News gets out the halftime score at least. Coach, what are we seeing? They're rolling out for the second half.
Yes, they are. You know, we got started a little late there with the interview with Dr. Selby, but I had some keys to the game, which will be interesting at this point. For LexCath, I had face-offs. We knew that Parker was hurt for Henry Clay, and we had Ryan Station and T. Groff, and we thought if they could dominate that, it would be good for them. And then depth as well. LexCath has a huge bench. They wanted this to be a track meet. They're healthy, they're hungry. I honestly thought that their upperclassmen would be all over the field. And then their best players need to show up. They've got 3 All-State guys, Braden Adams, Killian McCarthy, Tate Tinker. If these guys play at a high level, they score goals, they win. For Henry Clay, face-offs. And that answer is Parker rolling. The fact that he's playing and doing well is great. Tempo, which I have discussed a couple times in the first half there. Calming down with possession. For them, possession is everything. And then for Henry Clay, the last key was goaltending. If Presley Richmond can have a game, anything can happen.
And he's having a game.
Yes, he is.
And we're off in the second half. Looked like it was Station against Roland. We've got some flags down.
Calling that a trip.
You may hear the crowd saying freebie. We have what's called the slow whistle. Lexington Catholic, if they can score before possession changes, great. If not, they will get their man up, which is similar to a hockey power play, an extra man advantage. So they're playing even right now. They have an opportunity to score. If they fail at that, they still have the man up waiting. In some instances, you can score that goal and still get your man up. In other instances, if you do score the goal, you lose the man up and move on. So what are the differences in calls when you keep your man up and you lose it, Coach?
It just has to do with severity. If it's a serious penalty, you'll serve the time.
Hard take from 12. Aaron Ethington.
Yeah.
Killian McCarthy is normally a really high-volume shooter. Have we seen him do much?
Honestly, has LexCath had possessions? I mean, has he had the opportunity? There's been a lot of turnovers.
Yep.
See what they run here in their first man up, I believe.
Yeah. So McCarthy is wearing number 14. He had 68 goals on the season, been very quiet, strangely quiet. But without the ball, you can't shoot it like Coach said.
That penalty, too, I don't know. We talked about them letting the boys play, and that seemed like an incidental trip, if anything, a possession, I would think. But, hey, here we go.
Clark working it down. Tinker curling up. He got a pole matchup, but seems to like it. Drops it down to Haynes. There's the fellow we just talked about. McCarthy does get a shot off. quality shot, but a great save by Richmond.
Wow.
Jacob Bell catches the clear pass, being harassed by Etherington.
Yeah. Smart timeout.
So tell us, why'd we see the timeout there?
So Lexington cannot let that long stick catch the ball there. I mean, you have an extra man. You have got to force a turnover. That's a ride on that man up where you got to get the ball back. In this circumstance, you can't just let that happen. The timeout is due to the fact that they're man down and they've got a long pole in foreign territory there that's not comfortable with the ball. Conserve the possession, kill the penalty, and whatever. Take another 5 minutes off if you have your way.
We remind you that this game is brought to you by UK Orthopedic Surgery and Sports Medicine. We thank our elite sponsor, elite advertiser, for putting this game on for us. Also Smith and Nephew, Apollo Pizza, Landrum and Schaus, High Tech Artificial Limbs, and CLL Lacrosse. So we can see the young man from Henry Clay is still in the box, serving the penalty. Looks like it's is it Clark in the box? So it's 5.
Tremmel?
I'm not sure, but down at this end it's 5 on 6, and they are not doubling the ball.
Oh my gosh.
On the man. They are man up, and they are allowing them to kill this off.
Ugh.
Coach, you seem a little perplexed.
I do not understand why you would do that.
And on the field comes Grady Coates, and we are even. He's got a shorty matchup. Got Jonah Brooking cutting crease. Coates thinks better of it. Keeps possession rather than the risky pass. Henderson's up top. He's got a long stick on him, but he's not been shy about dodging even the poles. And he's past him again. Shoots.
Big save.
Nice stick. Grady Coates gets the deflection. Henderson has it back.
More clock.
And we're back where we started. Colton Reynolds with the ball in his stick, sitting on 3 goals.
That's a huge play up there by Grady Coates. I mean, get that ball back in that situation in a one-on-one so easily.
And he made it look easy, but that is not an easy deflection to catch like that.
There's a double. Jack Pun's back in the field, wreaking some mayhem. Wow.
Griffin Sims, they all seem to be going Clay's way right now. Oh, there's spoke too soon. Adams is out.
Yeah, that's the right call.
What's
the push in the back?
They called the push. The Lexcath fans don't like it, but Coach says it's the right call. Buddy Goodwin moves it to Henderson again. They've really leaned on Henderson a lot on the left side here. Has Henry Clay found something over here?
He's just healthy, honestly.
He's committed to Center College to play at the next level, and he scores a lefty rip from the wing. That's his second.
I'm starting to think that Henry Clay might have attended a couple Lexcath games in the last couple weeks. I believe that dodge there is against a player that just hasn't played a lot of minutes.
So far, Lexcath has the bodies on the sideline, but Henry Clay's had the quality on the field.
They're standing idle. I think Jack Clark scored 4 goals the last time they played, and I don't know if he's touched the ball yet tonight.
And we haven't pointed it out, but when they first met, the last time they met was earlier this season in early April, and it was a 3-goal victory for Lexington Catholic.
Yeah.
Now, one of the factors there, though, may have been Lexington Catholic was playing their 3rd game. Henry Clay was playing their 1st at the time. Might have been a little bit of running start for Catholic into the game that Clay didn't have.
Yeah, that was a good competitive game. You know, Lexcath was doing some things, getting some goals from places that just aren't going to go in on Presley Richmond. He was playing attack in that game, so
24, Brennan. He's got a nickname. What is it?
Mamba.
The Mamba. Oh,
Oof.
spoke too soon. Jinxed him.
Yeah.
The Mamba hangs on to it.
And this might be his first touch of the game too, right?
He's got a shorty. Likes the matchup. Moves it.
Quinn's got a cannon if he lets it go.
It's Quinn Stewart.
Yep.
Tate Tinker behind. Likes it. Gives it to the Mamba.
Easy.
Oh, but the Mamba, the Presley Richmond with the anti-venom. Oh!
That shouldn't be a penalty.
Killian McCarthy scores it. They're calling it. They're waving it off.
So that's a he didn't have possession there. I thought that would have been a just a possession call. But I guess maybe if it's malicious enough. We got Henry Clay going man up here.
The lights have come on here at Lafayette High School. We're looking at Kroger Field in the distance. And a surprising championship game in the foreground.
Time ticking away here. If that's a 1 minute penalty, I mean we're right around 6 minutes and this penalty expires. It's go time for Lexington. They don't have a second to spare here.
Surprise, surprise. The ball is in Jackson Henderson's stick again to Griffin Sims.
So Benton Ballinger has opted to shut off Colton Reynolds here, just trying to disrupt whatever play they had planned.
Shot. I missed that shot, Coach.
That was Buddy Goodwin.
Buddy Goodwin with the take.
So Lexcath is choosing to be 5-on-4 here, which isn't really a bad decision, honestly. If you can rotate, because Colton is so effective.
He hasn't scored since early in the game, so what is the fear there? There's Trammell loses it, Josh Trammell.
His resume, it goes beyond this game.
There's Pund with a nice scoop. Pass is a little long, but it looks like he's got a shot at it.
Chase Blair keeps it in bounds.
Chase Blair.
Out of bounds.
Going the other way.
So that's a D-midi they have on the offensive side there for releasing of penalty when you want your attackman there getting that ball. That should have been Luke Haynes scooping that up and going.
Jacob L. put the pressure on there and got the ball back for the Blue Devils. Buddy Goodwin strolling in the park.
Yep.
And they're going to get
wow. There.
Mr. Trammell's leaving the field.
I'm going to bite my tongue here and not say what I think is going on. Lexington Catholic is getting outcoached. This is crazy. How are they not pressuring here and going to get the ball? You literally don't have time to catch up. It's almost as though they don't have it in their playbook.
Griffin Sims with the dodge, but smartly, when it's not there, pulls it back out.
Yeah.
Sure, it takes a sure stick to make a play like that.
Jogging around.
Henderson again with it.
Oh, God.
Henderson has his hat trick.
No. Oh, yeah, 3.
So we've got
9
9 goals on the board, scored by 3 players. Jackson Henderson most recently with the hat trick. Colton Reynolds got his first. Griffin Sims followed his up, and the lonely goal by Tate Tinker is all we've got for Lexington Catholic.
Every single Lexcath kid has their head down right now. They need something to go their way to try to make a run. But this is not unfounded. I mean, they've been worked twice this year against the 2 Louisville teams they played.
So you talked about the Louisville teams. The number 1 team in the Louisville area and one of the top teams in the country is St. Xavier in Louisville. Henry Clay went to play them, and St. X hardly played anyone close all season. Henry Clay managed to stay within shouting distance of them, didn't they?
Yeah, I think that was a healthy Henry Clay and a Presley Richmond on fire. But they didn't dodge them. You know, it seems as though Lexcath strategically avoided the best 2 teams in Louisville, but the 3rd and 4th team there kind of handed it to them. But Braden Adams was having 15, 18, 17 saves in those blowouts. He's got to make some saves here. And
Griffin Sims with the take.
they can't give up any more goals at this point.
Brooking to Coates. Buddy Goodwin just chilling, and the Lexington defender's backing off. He's got a shorty matchup against number 9. That's Smith.
Big save.
Senior.
There it is.
Great save by Adams. Desperately needed.
Ben Ballinger's favorite target.
What a catch by Ben Ballinger. My goodness, he's flying into the box, but they need something.
Kyle Smith all wide open. Just not feeling it.
Tinker to
Offside.
offside again.
Oh my gosh. How does that happen?
Seems to be some championship game jitters that Lexington Catholic just can't shake, and that Henry Clay continues to exacerbate.
That's a man up.
My goodness, another man up as if they need it at this point. Up 8 late in the third. Henry Clay man up again.
The body language for the team in gray here is not good.
So calls to mind the Mike Tyson quote that everybody loves. Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. And Lexington Catholic has gotten punched. I'm paraphrasing. I'm not 100% sure how that quote goes, but you get the gist. They have taken a lot of heavy punches.
I think Lexington is probably averaging 12 to 15 goals a game. Like this is, this defensive effort by Henry Clay is very, very inspirational. I mean, these guys are shutting down a team that's scoring tons of goals.
And this is all with their best, believed to be best defensive player out for the season with an ACL injury.
So Lexington once again doing the lock-off, deciding to play a 5-on-4. Now we're all even again.
It's Luke
Plummer.
Luke Plummer.
Yep, he's going to play college D2, I believe. He's going where Colton Reynolds is going.
Flagler University.
Mm-hmm.
Flagler University, 2, a new program in Florida, Division II. They got a couple of good ones from the Devils. Coates with the shot and the goal. On the assist, I believe, from Henderson. Jackson Henderson on the dish to Grady Coates.
Wow.
10-1 Devils.
This is unbelievable. Complete domination.
Yeah.
I mean, and these are great shots. Braden Adams was the All-State top goalie in his region. I mean,
he's not a slouch whatsoever, but the quality of the shots that Henry Clay's been able to find against this defense has just left him in a bad spot.
I don't know that any of the goals are questionable, honestly. A lot of them are 10, 12 yards, a couple dunks there on the crease. I don't think any of them are really his fault.
Got a scrum again. Parker Rowland scoops it up again.
This kid.
Rowland.
What heart. Just a junior, too. He gets another stab at it next year.
He's under pressure, but
You know, I don't think Henry Clay had any unforced errors all game. Maybe like 0. We've seen some throwaways.
Alex Castle playing aggressive defense. Reynolds with the pick. Sets Goodwin loose. Goodwin under pressure now from Castle again. Well done by Alex Castle. There's the pressure you were looking for, Alex Castle.
Yeah, that's an important.
Gets Buddy Goodwin out. If they are going to have a chance, when do they need to go? Do they have a chance left here?
He's going to hit Benton Ballinger here. Oh, he doesn't look him. There's Jack Clark, first touch of the game. One, two, three, four.
Oh! Presley Richmond with a doorstep save.
Wow.
Ballinger was open for so long that the crowd said look at 11 for 5 seconds before the pass got there. It still made it. What a save.
Yes, what a save.
Braden Adams with a beautiful save, but Jackson Henderson tallies his fourth.
Jesus.
The pick and stick.
This is the most lopsided state championship that I've seen out here.
What makes it a little more astonishing was there was a feeling coming from a lot of the Clay folks who are usually very positive that maybe their injury situation was more than they could overcome. They've gotten 2 players back, so that probably helped. And if anything, it would have been a surprise to a lot of people if they won it close. But this is astonishing.
Absolutely.
The margin.
Another face-off victory.
Yeah.
Parker Rowland has had an amazing game. If he really is as injured as we heard he was, I mean,
he's not played a game this week, and to our knowledge was not certain in this game.
good decision by Sims there. Just kill more clock. FlexCath isn't going to come get it.
Coates handling it up top, playing two-handed, finds the sure hands of Colton Reynolds. Are they afraid to challenge Reynolds with the ball too much? Do they know they can't dislodge it from him?
Well, this is a freshman now. This is Bennett Williams. He's probably the top takeaway guy in his class. He doesn't seem scared.
But he's by him.
Yeah.
Gives up the alley. Reynolds doesn't want it. Henderson loses it, and Reynolds scoops it easily. And meanwhile, we're under 30 seconds in the third. Oh, that looked to be in the head.
Yeah.
No flag.
Let him play.
They're letting him play. That's a clean play. We got under 10. Adams is stepping up, looking for something.
Sends it.
Richmond gets it. That's in the head on the goalie, and that's a flag.
That goes back to the regular season. I think that Presley Richmond took a run at one of LexCath's players, and that's a tough decision by Kelly McCarthy there to take a penalty in this scenario.
Now, Richmond wasn't in goal in that game, and I believe he racked up 4.5 minutes of penalties, is my understanding, in that game, and really spent a lot of it in the box. Now he's in the cage.
He also scored 4 goals, though. I mean,
there you go.
Jackson Henderson and Griffin Sims stepping up today. I mean, what a performance!
So we have a penalty at the end of the half. It looked like it was a high shot to the head, cross check. Did I see 2 minutes? It's hard to tell from our vantage point, but it may be a 2-minute penalty. It's at the discretion of the officials, but if they think that cross check went to the head, it could be 2 minutes. It also could be non-releasable, which means that it's, as we like to say, all you can eat. Henry Clay can score as many goals as they want if it is, in fact, non-releasable. I don't know if I saw that signal or not. Be curious to see. Unfortunately, it is a long way across the field from our vantage point. Coach, with the call coming at the end of the half, did Clay maintain possession? Will there be a face-off to start the fourth quarter? I
don't think so. I think they get the ball. Free
clear?
I believe so, yeah.
So worse yet for Lexington Catholic. They will not have the ball, will not even get a face-off.
You know,
again, I'm not certain exactly
these
how
kids
long
have been
they
here
called
before.
it.
I mean, LexCath has to go on some crazy sort of run here to make this close, and it's got to happen right away. Like these Henry Clay kids have implemented their game plan with precision.
So we've got a 10-goal advantage going into the fourth quarter. As stated, it's going to be a free clear for Henry Clay. What that means is they'll get it on their side of on the other side of the field, on LexCath's side of the field.
I don't even think they'll take a shot.
Gets the touch.
I doubt they even take a shot. This is 2 minutes of stall ball here.
Did you see 2? I thought I saw 2, and I'm not 100% confident.
I wouldn't be surprised. It looked like a headshot on a goalie to me.
They're sending Brooking to X. You can hear the coaches just barely from here.
How are they not pressing here, Wes?
The goalie is out. They're 2 men down. Are they 2 men? Nope, no, they've got a lock off. I'm sorry, they have a lockup. They are man down, and they're locking off Reynolds up top and playing 4v5.
No answers here, Wes.
Oh.
You would think in this scenario, it's all out, go get the ball. I mean, bring your goalie out. If there's a sneak from X, you got to get the ball.
Well, Adams made a look to move.
It's just 1 minute penalty.
It was just a 1 minute. Okay. Like we said, it was hard to see, but it's gone. Pun's back in. Another headshot. Again, he plays aggressively, and I don't think he meant to go to the head. The player fell. It was
another minute off the clock.
Yeah, Griffin Sims fell, and so Pun's shot I don't think looked like it was intentionally the head. It was it was unintentional, but it's a headshot just the same. Slash, and they will get to burn another minute of clock. We're down to 10:43 left. Dire circumstances for Lexington Catholic. On the flip side, the Blue Devils will happily take another man advantage.
You know, I mean, lacrosse IQ is something you hear all the time, and at the highest level, these teams can execute a lot of great things. And it seems to me that LexCath does not have a pressure defense in place because they haven't had to.
Does it seem as if it's a single player will apply pressure, but not the entire lineup?
There's definitely no organization.
There's a crease feed on the man up. You might have thought they'd sit on it, but that was a pretty aggressive feed. And we got a mistake there.
Hustle play, but this is a D-midi here.
LexCath is man down. Will they push it or will they wait? They don't have a lot of time, but they may want.
They've got 2 D-midis on offense right now. Oh my gosh. Go.
Shot, side of the net.
Luke's got to take that one-on-one. I mean, Chaz is not a native defender. You got to go there.
Alex Castle moves it to Quinn Stewart
with some speed
into the box. Met by defense. To Haynes. To Killian McCarthy. Finally has the ball in his stick. If he can find a shot he likes, he will not be shy. Back to Haynes.
Gotta go.
Low to low shot by Haynes. Backed up
Backed up by Jake
Tinker.
Brennan over there.
Owen Brennan.
Tinker too.
Tinker moves it. Presley Richmond.
Quinn Stewart gets stuffed on the crease. Presley. And that's the difference, you know, like I said, in the regular season, there was some questionable goals LexCath scored, and they got that 3-goal victory. And here it is. Those questionable ones just aren't going in.
Errant pass led him just a little too far. Castle moves it up to Smith.
Smith, yeah.
Looked like an 8. It's a 9. The visibility is getting just a little bit harder.
It's Aaron Ethington passing it to Tinker. Back to Ethington.
Clark cuts to the crease but is not found. Had a step on his defender. Shot. Does not get through. It hit Grady Coates. You can tell by the limp.
Paul Stanley with a nice ground ball.
Yep.
Henry Clay's laying some heavy cross checks, you know, and it's just tough to get into.
Here comes McCarthy.
Double team.
Been very quiet, but he scores unassisted. Where's he been? He shows up, the Irishman. Killian McCarthy puts one home.
Yeah, that's it's an unconventional lacrosse goal, you know, when you're just dodging 3 guys, but He definitely is a beast, and we've seen that a lot this year. And Henry Clay's quick to double that. He just got through at that time.
I'm sure there's no prop bets on a state championship lacrosse game in Kentucky, but if you offered a bet on whether or not Killen McCarthy would score in this game, all the money would have been on yes.
100%.
And if it was, it would have been more than one goal. So,
I mean, Luke Haynes, too, this entire attack was just so prolific all season.
we got a win station on the win. McCarthy again.
There he is.
Another one. Assisted by, was it Ryan Station?
Ryan Station, correct.
Off the face-off.
This is
Some
what we
life
expected.
from the Knights. 7:36 left.
And they're taking Station off again. I mean,
Coach doesn't like it. He wants to keep that momentum.
they've gone back and forth all year, but he has 2 fast breaks. Like,
He's got the fast breaks. Teague Sims has won quite a few draws, but he seems to draw it back. So
he
you
wins
want
him back, and then they get to ride him. This Henry Clay attack's done a good job of getting a couple turnovers in that scenario.
and he takes it back again. No one home. They got it. They do ultimately win that draw.
Yep.
So he does get another win, another one back.
Ooh, that's a
Ballinger with the ball. We got another call. It's a freebie, as we say. Slow whistle. Tate Tinker looking to work some magic.
BTB.
Behind the back pass. Ballinger dislodged as a moving screen and give away the slow whistle. Not a.
That's not. That's kind of a tough penalty. I mean, Parker Rowland got a little bit of helmet there, maybe, but I think it's a brush.
It looked to me like Etherington thought he had a man-ball situation, didn't realize possession had been established. So in that scenario, he can make that play if the ball's not possessed, but because the ball's possessed, it becomes a interference or moving screen, unfortunately.
That's absolutely what happened there. They got to run something quick here. Paul Stanley.
Another goal, Paul Stanley. Was that a Tinker assist?
Yep.
Tate Tinker with the assist.
This last 2 minutes, this is the team they've been all year.
Sophomore hit the freshman. We have a game. We have a game. It took 3.5 quarters, but Lexington Catholic Knights have arrived at Lafayette High School.
That's a Henry Clay timeout. Coach Richmond feeling like he wants to get a little water for his boys. That's no more than just a settle down.
3-goal run with goals by McCarthy, 2 unassisted goals by McCarthy, and Tinker to Paul Stanley brings us to 11-4 in favor of the Blue Devils. We want to thank our sponsors, especially our elite sponsor who's presenting this. It's UK Orthopedic Surgery and Sports Medicine, Kentucky's leading edge provider of orthopedic and sports medicine, serving the entirety of the Commonwealth.
That's a great shot there by Paul Stanley, off-stick hip. That's exactly what you teach the young guys.
He's one of the more skilled players in Lexington in that class, Coach. And he's a specimen, too.
Powerful shot on him.
Big kid. We also want to thank Smith & Nephew, Apollo Pizza, Landrum & Schaus, High Tech Artificial Limbs, and CLL Lacrosse, LLC.
Off-stick hip, boys.
This may be the moment of truth. Can Clay stem the bleeding? Parker Rowland takes another face.
Henry Clay pretty much conceded that one there. They had 2 dropping back, preventing the fast break, and that gives you the win just by having the right face-off guy in there.
Lexington Catholic recovers it. McCarthy has it again. He's looking. Oh, save.
What a save.
Big save.
Wow. So that tied a high, right? That's a goal you can score on a lot of inferior goalies, but Presley's a lacrosse player. Despite the fact he doesn't have years of goaltending experience, he can catch a bad pass.
Castle's out playing aggressively.
Yeah.
Henderson has it again. Errant pass, but Colton Reynolds has no trouble corralling it.
See how long it takes here for Catholic to pressure Jasons. Oh, they're sending. They're doing a double with the goalie, kind of drawing out, trying to cover the crease, but there's no one home there.
Buddy Goodwin asking for the crowd. They're content to burn it. Hard checks being applied by number 32, Nathan Van Hove. Doesn't give it up, and now
this is just a nightmare for Coach Devin Mayer.
yeah.
To have this game go this way, be down 3-0 so quickly.
Colton Reynolds loses the ball. Recovered by Alex Castle. Rolls it.
Griffin Sims.
Ground ball, Griffin Sims. And
Yep.
the time is ticking away, and there's another.
How's that not a penalty?
They're not calling it. They're letting it go.
Wow. Wow.
They're just going to call the push.
Wow.
So I think they split the baby there, Coach.
Yeah, that's a makeup. Maybe you should have thought second about calling a penalty there.
Henderson gives it up to Sims.
Brayden Adams looking to show there, but he's not coming.
Buddy Goodwin moving around X.
That's a D-midi. That's kill clock.
Up top to Reynolds.
Now he just,
Henderson.
Justin Gall just running all over rather than having a structured double.
Brooking works it back to Sims again. Oh, little bobble, but Buddy Goodwin recovers it. And this game is slowly drifting away. Jackson Henderson feigns interest in a dodge. Jonah Brooking gets it and gives it up quickly when Jack Pun bears down on him. Grady Coates up top. Coates sets a pick for Reynolds. He's free. He's not too interested either. Now he might be. Loses the ball. Nice check.
Nice trail check there.
So it's up. McCarthy has it. In deep to Tinker.
Oof.
Good take.
That's a good take.
Misses the cage. McCarthy gave it up to Tinker on the doorstep. Very good pass, just wasn't quite finished. Shot high to high.
Luke Haynes.
Luke Haynes. 4-goal run now for the Knights.
That's
Here's
a good
the
take.
replay. Closely defended, but not in the hands, and he puts it home.
Yeah, that's a strong lefty there. I think he saw Prez kind of dipping. Just put her up top. Once again, face-off, super important. Teague's out there, he can get them the win.
Roland has taken every face-off in this game, is that right?
Yeah, yep.
Not many face-off men can go a full game. But Roland has a gas tank.
It's Clay, once again, they had Buddy Goodwin just dropping in there, preventing fast breaks. Willing to play a little bit of defense. That's a good pull by Teague there, finding his wingman that's wide open.
Tinker's working, looking for it.
Yeah, there's
Clark.
Quinn Stewart.
Quinn Stewart.
They got to get their shots on cage here, at least make Prez make saves. That's good defense there.
Haynes had designs on something grander.
Tinker.
What a shot. Sidearm, wrap around. Tate Tinker puts in another. Five-goal run for the Knights. They have the firepower. Do they have the time?
You know, Wes, we knew they were capable of this, and that's why right away I started harping when they got down. Like, you got to press. You got to get the ball back. And they're obviously capable of scoring goals. It's just time is short.
We've got 2:38 left to play. They'll need 5 more like they've just scored, but it took them a lot longer than 2:38 to put those up.
Yeah.
Another face-off win for Ryan Station. Moving it forward with it.
Send it.
Haynes has it. He's got the dodge in deep.
Flag
down. Slow whistle. McCarthy, face dodge.
Couldn't tell you what that flag was. I guess maybe a hold. Kind of looked like he was hanging on him a little bit.
In his hands. Weak shot. But was affected by the defender. Yeah, I didn't see it, Coach.
Big save. It's on Fraley, I believe. He was kind of hanging on him as Luke was trying to get by him. It's got to happen quick here for LexCath.
They've got the man up.
They kind of like to mosey.
2:17.
I'd be looking for Tinker to Paul Stanley again.
Tinker. Stanley, you called it. Tate Tinker with his second assist to Paul Stanley.
Yep.
Coach Tony Romo, that situation. Called the shot before it happened. That is 6 straight. That is a 6-goal run for the Knights. McCarthy with 2. Stanley with 2. Tinker with his second, and Luke Haynes got in there as well. We haven't seen a goal since Jackson Henderson last scored to
Parker Rowland taking a seat on this one.
first face for another player. Who we have taking that, Coach?
I'm not sure. I didn't see. Chaz, I think. Right out of the penalty box with a win. I don't know what that was. Did he have he might have had the ball stuck in the back of his stick or something? I couldn't see.
Chaz Fraley appeared to win the face-off, but there was some sort of procedure penalty. It's difficult from our vantage point to tell something like that.
All right, here they go.
Lexington Catholic with the chance. Blows by another goal.
Effington.
Aaron Effington, senior, 8-goal, 7-goal run. Sorry, a 7-goal run. It's getting tight here.
Face-offs are super important. That's the key of the game for both teams is face-offs, and here we go.
Roland was headed out, and he's headed back.
It seems that Henry Clay's defense is spent. They're not even getting in the way of these Dodgers now. They need possession.
Roland wanted that face-off. Fraley stayed out, and Roland headed back to the sideline.
Fine Station.
A second straight. It looked like Station had it clean, but a second straight infraction on Clay on the faceoff since Roland stepped out. Back to Tinker. To Haynes. Haynes working.
Ooh. Oh, Tate's got it. How did that get over there?
Oh, and deflected and corralled. Henderson on the clear.
There's the ride. There's the ride we were looking for all game.
Tate Tinker riding hard. Ooh, high pass.
They got to press.
Well caught.
Griffin
Sims made a nice one-handed play on that, or that could have been a major play in the game. We're rolling down on just a minute left. Now they've got to keep it in the box. We're under 2.
Are they out of timeouts as well? Coach Richmond used one timeout there in that run. Oh, nice ground
Lexington
ball.
Catholic with the ball. Mamba's got it. Haynes loses it to Tinker. Presley Richmond with the ball. Flag down.
Flag is down.
That may do it here, folks. They've got a slow whistle. Even if they lose the ball now, they go into a man-up situation.
Man up. 30 seconds left. That's it.
What a comeback.
I mean, to have that fourth quarter be that lopsided is pretty crazy.
31.2 left. The Knights may have just run out of time.
No Jackson Brooking. What a performance by Henry Clay.
Henry Clay short. One of their offensive heroes, Jackson Brooking, spelled by his younger brother, Jonah. Top defender out all season. They did get back Noah Whaley, and Parker Rowland played somewhat unexpectedly.
Both guys have played
out of the box, ball back. Now it's the clock is running for some reason during that. Should not have been. Clay's man up. Tinker with the ball. Richmond steals it. There should be about 10 more seconds left than there are, but it's not going to matter. The Henry Clay Blue Devils
Richmond just
once
scored.
again.
Presley just scored with 1 second
There
left.
is a goalie goal after the buzzer. If the ball is released before the buzzer, goal counts. Student body of Henry Clay rushing the field. The Henry Clay Blue Devils are your 2021 Commonwealth Lacrosse League state champions.
Wow.
What a comeback by the Knights. But they just ran out of time. The official scoreboard does not show that goal, but Coach Campbell says that goal counts.
That's a goal, yeah.
Presley Richmond, we talked earlier about all his points. He just added one more with no time in his career left from the goal.
What a great game. Lacrosse is a great game. You know, three absolute dominant quarters by Henry Clay, and Lexington goes on that crazy tear we've seen all year. And didn't see that coming. It's not official either.
So the champions are celebrating. We had a lot of heroes in this game for Henry Clay. Presley Richmond in goal, Parker Rowland unexpectedly taking faceoffs. But our player of the game for the UK Orthopedic Surgery and Sports Medicine featured player of the game is Griffin Sims. Came up big. Who saw it coming?
I don't know.
Big game from Sims.
I don't know that that's what they'll determine as Griffin Sims being the player of the game, but in between the lines, the rides, the ground balls, the possessions, you know, I think he had a great game, and he wasn't a guy that I had keyed up on my keys to the game. You know, his name wasn't in the list, and he came out big and did great things.
Did not see a hat trick coming from Griffin Sims. Intangibles all the way. Coach loved his game. He is our player of the game, the KY Lax News player game. Now, bear in mind, the Commonwealth Lacrosse League is not bound by our selection. That is just our broadcast player of the game. That is the UK Orthopedic Surgery and Sports Medicine player of the game.
Typically in these scenarios, they pick a senior, someone that's about to end their career, but that was just what I saw.
So we end, the scoreboard said 11-8. Film may say it's 12-8, but the outcome is the same. Henry Clay Blue Devils vanquish their arch rivals, Lexington Catholic Knights. This is the UK Orthopedic Surgery and Sports Medicine post-game show. It's been a long day and night here. We also want to thank Smith & Nephew, Apollo Pizza, Landrum & Schaus, and high-tech artificial limbs. Coach, what do you think? What did we just see? Was this the last great Clay team, or will they stay dominant?
It's hard to bet against them. I mean, with their track record here, they've got away. Like I said, something in the water over there. I don't know, but you got to feel bad for Lex Cath right now to have a great season like that, and a huge handful of seniors coming to this game healthy and hungry, and get run out of the building like that, and then prove, obviously, in the fourth quarter that they're more than capable of winning the game. Just couldn't put together for the first 3 quarters.
They certainly preserved some pride, because if it continued down the path it was headed, it was going to be a tough pill. The heart is undeniable of the Lexington Catholic team to make that comeback, to mount that comeback given what they were facing.
That's one of the things, these boys, they all live in this area, and it's bragging rights for the rest of their life, right? I know that last year was canceled, but I think Henry Clay was the favorite to win that one. But this Henry Clay team, the senior class, gets their second championship because Lex Cath got them their freshman year, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Who was coaching that Lex Cath team?
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, I thought so. So, and it's 2 out of 3, not 2 out of 4, because we did have the canceled season last year. But that's what, 2/3. They took home 2/3 of the available championships that they were eligible for at Henry Clay, this senior class.
When they officially canceled that season last year, I felt bad for them. Coach Stewart, I think he had the team to win it last year too, based on the results that we'd seen prior to the cancellation of the season. So it's nice for them. Nice for them to get their second when they probably deserved it last year.
And you've reminded me of one thing. This is Sport Richmond's first state championship. The previous coach was Josh Stewart, who is now a coach at Transylvania University. So Sport Richmond won a state championship with his son Presley in the goal. Big moment for that family.
That's his second ring. He was on the staff as an assistant coach with Coach Stewart for their victory 2 years ago.
Yeah. And we've got a shot, it looks like, of Presley giving someone a hug. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us tonight on the stream. And if you're watching it later, thanks for finding it after the fact. We want to thank UK Orthopedic Surgery and Sports Medicine, Kentucky's leading edge provider of orthopedic and sports medicine. We also want to thank Smith & Nephew, Apollo Pizza, Landerman Shouse, High Tech Artificial Limbs. I would personally like to thank Coach Matt Campbell for joining me tonight to call this game the first ever live stream of a state championship game in Kentucky.
Thank you for having me. I enjoyed myself.
I did too. We'll see what next year brings. There may be sanctioning coming next year. If this becomes KHSAA sanctioned, this game won't exist in this form. And whether they'll let us in the booth, the KHSAA may have higher standards than we can meet. But it was a good time.
To be determined. I think it went pretty well.
TBD on that. We enjoyed it. Thank you for joining us. Congratulations to the Lexington Catholic Knights on a great season and a heck of a comeback. And congratulations to the Henry Clay Blue Devils for an amazing championship performance. We hope to see you next year. Good night. Be well.